Welcome, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Todd Simmendinger, and I'm a facilitator and coach here at CLE. Our learning today will focus on the crafting of equity goals. Fully developed data-based equity goals are critical to effectively identifying and increasing equity within the instructional core and ensuring equitable access to opportunities and resources for all students. In earlier modules, you learned about and completed a data dig, identified focal equity groups, and conducted a root cause analysis to better understand the scope and contributing factors specific to the inequities identified within your school. The next step in the process, and our focus for today, is learning how to craft highly effective equity goals. In order to simplify the process, we've created templates for both peer groups and the focal group to support you in crafting equity goals that align with the SMARTY goal format. More on that in a few minutes. Equity goal development requires the creation of two separate but very similar goals, one for the peer group and one for the focal group. The why behind the creating two separate goals is to ensure that we maintain a focus on each and every student while also increasing equity through accelerated goals. The peer group includes all of the students identified within the data dig as those with having equitable access. The focal group includes students identified as having disproportionate or inequitable access to resources or opportunities in comparison to their peers. As I mentioned earlier, the equity goals template utilizes a SMARTY goal format. Let's take a quick look at the components of a well-developed SMARTY goal and how it connects to equity goals. First, the goal must be strategic, meaning it's an identified issue within the instructional core, which includes teacher knowledge, skills, and dispositions, student engagement, and content rigor. Two, the goal must be measurable, meaning the goal has robust and preferably normed data collection methods in order to measure progress towards the goal. Three, the goal must be achievable. Is the goal realistic and practical given the time, resources, and scope of the proposed goal? Four, is the goal relevant? Are the goals relevant to the specific needs of the school population? Are they supported by data? And do they address timely issues within the instructional core? Five, is the goal timely? Meaning, are there specific timelines established for data collection and goal completion? Six, is the goal inclusive? This is to the extent to which a goal brings historically marginalized people into processes, activities, and decision-making. And finally, seven, equity, which is the extent to which the goal includes an element of fairness or justice that seeks to address systematic injustice, inequity, or oppression, such as anti-racism. Now we're going to take a quick look at both the peer and focal group templates to better understand the critical pieces and identify the similarities and differences between the two. Here, when we look at the peer group template, you can see that we expect our peer group to grow an average of, and we would insert the scaled scores there, on an established assessment, preferably one that is normed, from time period A to time period B, which is typically fall to spring of the same school year. And then finally, we identify what our goal is. The peer group average in the fall was blank, and our goal for the spring is blank. When you look at the focal group template, you'll notice that it's identical to the peer group template. The difference between the two comes in the goal that is actually set. So, for example, in this goal, we're looking for the focal group, their individual growth to equal at least 1.5 times more than the peer group growth in order to close the inequity that's been identified. Now that you've had the chance to see the general framework for equity goal design, let's take a look at two completed equity goals. Here we look at our peer group goal first. And our goal is we expect our peer group to grow an average of 95 scaled score points on the STAR assessment from the fall to spring of 2021. The peer group average scale score in the fall was 319, and our goal is 414. Looking at our focal group goal, you can see that it's identical in the first couple of lines. We expect our focal group to grow an average of 142.5 scale score points on the STAR assessment from fall to spring. The focal group average scaled score in the fall was 177. Our goal is 319. As you can see, the focal group achievement goal here is structured way more aggressively to increase equity between the focal group and the peer group. As you can see, applying an equity lens when developing school-wide or district goals provides school leaders with a clearer understanding of the inequities that exist based on the data, and more importantly, how to increase equity in order to provide an equitable learning experience for all students. Thank you for joining me today, and for more information on equity goals and other related resources, please visit us at CLE.org. Thanks for watching.